Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today I'd like to do part 2 and take a look at the lunch and dinner components of this 2016 Menu 14 British O.R.P. So let's get these on a tray and see what they look and taste like. Welcome back to part 2 of my British 24-hour Menu 14 O.R.P. Now, to save a little bit of time, and this is part 2, I already have the lunch components out on the tray. So for lunch, I thought from this menu I would have the vegetarian pasta with beans, some of the fruit flavoured candies, some cheddar cheese spread, some blackcurrant beverage, there are the just nuts, some mixed berry oat biscuits, fruit flapjack and a coffee. So first things that need a little bit of preparation is the coffee and the fruit blackcurrant juice, so we'll start there. So I'm going to try the Dow Egbert's coffee, so a well-known brand here in the UK. I don't believe it's so well known in other countries, but it's a medium looking roast, quite large granules there. And I'm going to have it just how I like it, so I'm going to include the Beyond the Beaten Track whitener. And if you've seen part 1 video, you've seen that sugars are actually compromised, and this one feels just the same. This is a 2016. I'll try and get some sugar in there. It's, as you can see, not having much success. I'll have to leave it at that. The sugars have been exposed to a little bit of damp. So a couple of little lumps of sugar, but should be okay. And using the world famous spork, we'll just give that about half a mug of water. Keep it nice and strong, give it plenty of strength there. To one side. And the other thing that needs a bit of preparation is the blackcurrant beverage powder. Mixed with 375 ml of cold water, which is the size of this glass, so 1 glass. There is some energy value information on the back there for those of you that are interested. And we'll go straight off and make the beverage. Now again, blackcurrant flavour is quite well known across Europe, but I think in other countries like the US it's not so well known flavour, but it is one of our favourite flavourings for drinks. And again, quick look there, a nice fine sugary powder, and we'll just give that a mix again with this huge. For those people in countries where they don't have blackcurrant, I think the nearest representation would be blackberry, so it's a similar sort of flavour of a blackberry. I think you can get blackberries in the US, in fact I'm sure you do. So, give you an idea of the type of flavour that is, blackcurrant. Carrying on to move along, I'm just going to have a look at some of these candies, and these particular ones are cherry flavour. Obviously we're not going to need the entire bag, so bring in a friend just to help me separate a couple of those. Just a couple be sufficient. Let's move those out of the way. As you can see, nice large bag. We have a cheddar flavoured cheese spread. Again, pretty universally known. Produced in the USA, so almost guaranteed to be the same as the US MRE cheese spreads. Give it a little bit of a knead. And just take the corner off that again, ready for use. We also have the UK's Just Nuts. Again, plain, simple nuts. No salting, no roasting. Very tough bag. The knife had a little problem going through there. So a mixed variety of what I can see is peanuts, cashews and almonds. Again, that's only a small proportion, it's a very large bag. I'm also going to have a look at the fruit flapjack. Flapjacks again are a well-known snack here in the UK, and they're basically an oat block containing sometimes fruit and other goodies, but this one looks like it's just contains a few fruit pieces there. Still moving round, we have some mixed berry oat biscuits. These feel a little bit damaged. Struggling to get them open there. Not too badly damaged, not too bad. There is 5 little mixed berry biscuits there. And last but not least, this has been boiling for about 10 minutes in some hot water, vegetarian pasta with beans and tomato sauce. So again, beyond the beaten track. A lot of these items are beyond the beaten track. Manufacturers. Nice, healthy 300-gram portion. The smell coming from that is very nice, very tasty. The smell gives the impression it's going to be enjoyable. So let's just give that a move about. So there's pasta, there's beans, different types of beans, white beans, red kidney beans, various types of pasta. So let's take a look at the Dow Egberts coffee. So medium looking roast. Medium roast, not bitter, even with that small amount of sugar in there. If they had the full sugar, there'd be no bitterness at all. Medium, mild, wouldn't say ultra top quality coffee. It is an instant, but for an instant it's a very good attempt at a reminder and flavour of home. Nice, decent, instant coffee. Now, the blackcurrant beverage, a little bit of floating sugar on top there, but not overly coloured. Very typical blackcurrant flavour. I have a lot of beverages that are blackcurrant. It's artificial flavouring, but there is a taste of berry. There's a little bit of tartness there. Very refreshing, very nice, tasty, berry flavoured, red berry, dark berry flavoured drink there. So let's move on straight to this vegetarian pasta with beans. As you can see, there is a couple of white beans there of some description. There are some red kidney beans. I think there's some lentils. I can see lentils there. Obviously pasta. So let's get a sporkful and go straight for it. Plenty of salt, plenty of pepper, no need for any addition, which is a good job because none actually come in this ration. Some people would like the hot sauce, the hot diggity dog, but I'm saving that for my next meal. Personally, I think that's fine as it is. The pasta, slightly overcooked. It's not al dente, it's gone past that. It's a little bit on the soft side, but it's still enjoyable. The beans, they have texture still. There's one of the red kidney beans. Still has some crunch to it. They're not overly cooked. Likewise the white beans and the lentils. Same. They have some texture. They're not overly cooked. Nice, pleasant, simple, filling, comforting. Nicely salted and peppered. A lot of tomato flavour. A nice pasta dish. At the side there, we'll look at the cheddar cheese flavoured spread. I did need it. We'll try a little bit on the spork first, just to make sure that it's not gone past its best. Standard sort of MRE cheese spread we've seen many times before now. Nice cheddar flavour, good quality, soft, spreadable cheese. Very enjoyable. I do like cheese with my pasta. A good grate of parmesan or whatever is available. I do actually like cheddar cheese on pasta. We have a favourite here in the UK as well, Red Leicester. I personally like that on there, so I'm just going to put a good glug of that cheese in there. Mix it in, get that cheese flavour going. Let's give it an extra dimension, an extra bit of flavour. Very good, very enjoyable. That's just giving it that cheddar rich flavour to the pasta dish. Again, lifted the flavours. The flavour was already there, it's just giving it another lift, making it more enjoyable. Definitely the right thing to do. If I weren't going to add the hot diggity dog, the addition of the cheddar cheese just gave it that extra little something. Wasn't needed, but now exceptionally good. We'll take a look at some of these just nuts. As the name suggests, almonds, peanuts, cashews, just nuts. No salt, no roasting, just as they are. Still good quality, nice and white, nice and clear. Let's have a look at the cashews. Same, still good quality. And the peanut, again, remarkably well, remarkably good condition, nice and fresh, nice and tasty, good, rich energy boost. Nuts, as you know, are a great energy provider. These expired 2 years ago, 2018, but still as fresh as the day beyond the beaten track. Packaged them, good quality, good tasty nuts. Flapjack, basically an oat block. This one does look a little bit worse for wear, a little bit, whoops, tainted. Just break it open there. Crumbly block of oats with usually sweetness. Let's have a taste. Oh, very crumbly. Oats, sweetness, honey, sugar. Again, survived the passage of time really well. Little bit of fruit. Again, another rich, energy, tasty block. Unfortunately, I've had a big chunk of it fall in the pasta. Now that is not something I would do deliberately, but seeing as it's there anyway, let's see if it does actually add anything to the pasta. Didn't add to it, but it certainly didn't harm it. It's not a combination I would have thought of, oats in the pasta. But from that little flavour, it did nothing to harm it. So, if you're trying to quickly eat your meal, you could dump the oat block in the pasta without too much effect on it. Have a look at these mixed berry biscuits, little oat cookies, thin, crisp. Sweet, crispy. We can taste the berries. Would make a great little Dunkin' biscuit in the coffee there. Nice, sweet, oat flavoured little cookies or biscuits. An ideal Dunkin' biscuit. Very tasty. I'm going to taste of the coffee just to refresh my palate. Cherry flavour candies, large pack as we saw, certainly plenty to get you through the day. Just going to open one to have a look how they held up. Sometimes these can be a little bit sticky with age, and I think this one is just that. It's stuck to the packaging. Let's see if we can actually get it to separate. Well stuck, very sticky. Still firm, still a firm disc, just stuck to the packaging there. Starting to soften, not as firm as they once were. Age, but certainly still edible, still enjoyable. Strong artificial cherry flavour, lots of flavour, lots of taste. Just starting to go slightly soft. They are quite large candies, Excuse me, I do need to remove it from my mouth while I talk, but they are still, if a little bit sticky, they're still edible, enjoyable, and a tasty bit of sweetness. So, quick recap. Dar Egbert's coffee, medium roast, not the most quality I wouldn't have thought, but certainly decent enough. This is an instant, you're never going to get top quality in an instant, but it has that. It is a good, decent attempt at a coffee. Nice, medium roast, good taste of home. Blackcurrant, not overly sweet, a little bit of tartness there, a familiar flavour to us in the UK, blackcurrant. We have a regular drink called Ribena, which is another soft drink you can buy from supermarkets, which is blackcurrant, that sort of flavour. If you from the UK, you'll know exactly what I mean. But if not, it's a red berry style drink, lots of flavour, lots of sweetness, but not overly powering. The cheddar cheese, US made, same as the US MRE, I'm almost certain. Cheddar flavour, good quality, always stands the test of time. Certainly went well with the pasta. Just gave this vegetarian pasta that little extra dimension with the addition of the cheese, but without it, plenty of salt, plenty of black pepper, plenty of herbs flavouring. The beans are only just al dente, just cooked, but the pasta is a little bit soft. But overall, for a vegetarian dish, very comforting, very tasty, very enjoyable. Just nuts, just that, just nuts. But after 2 years past their best before, still crispy, still crunchy, still good quality. Throw a handful of those in your mouth as you walk along, good energy boost, nice lot of protein and fats, keep you going. The oat flapjack is just that, it's the OT block compressed with some sweet sticky sweetness like honey, a few little dried raisins or sultanas in there. It's crumbly, but it's still in good condition, tasty, nice, rich energy block again. The biscuits, the mixed berry oat biscuits, little flat cookies, taste of oats, very sweet, nice couple of little pieces of fruit in there which you can taste. Excellent dunking biscuit, and again stood the test of time exceptionally well. They're very fresh. And the candies, or sweets, cherry flavour, little bit sticky. I said this is a 2016 ration, not particularly old, but they are starting to now get a little bit, show their age. But that said, still enjoyable, nothing wrong with them, just a little bit stuck to the packet and starting to soften slightly. So overall, a very, very enjoyable, satisfying lunch. So please join me in a minute where I take a look at the evening meal or dinner. So welcome back to this third and final meal of this 24-hour O.R.P, and for the evening meal or dinner menu I have the lamb and chickpea tagine. We have some barbecue peanuts, there is a raspberry beverage drink, I have the hot chocolate regular flavour, there is a coffee, we have some chocolate squidge, the chocolate oat chip biscuits, rice pudding and tuna Thai green curry. So very large, very impressive evening meal. So I'm going to start off first with the things that need a little bit of preparation, and that is the drinks. We have the hot chocolate drink, regular flavour. Now the British O.R.Ps are well known for their chocolate. Even back in the days when I was serving in the late 80s, 90s, this was always one of their top quality components. The drinking chocolate has been there for a very long time. So nice large portion of chocolate. It is made for the 500 ml mug, British Army mug. This is a little bit smaller, so it'll be nice and strong. Bringing in the huge great spork. We shall make this chocolate up. So as I said, it's probably about 125 millilitres light in size, so it should be nice and strong, lots of chocolate flavour. Give that a good stir, make sure that's well mixed. I'm just going to give that a spoon, little wipe. We also have the raspberry beverage powder. Now this one is for 375 mils, which is about the size of the glass, so not quite a full canteen mug in this instance. Nice granular sugar rich drink there, a nice smell of raspberry, and again we'll just get that mixed up using the giant spork. One nice thing about these British O.R.Ps is they gave up with the huge amount of artificial colourings years ago, and it's nice just to get a light gentle colouring to the beverages. They don't need to be fluorescent to taste good. Okay, so moving around, we have a large meal here. We have some barbecue peanuts, nice hiss, so they're nice and fresh. A large packet from Beyond the Beaten Track, and we'll just empty a few in there. As you can see, it's only a small portion, but it's plenty just for demonstration. Still moving around, we'll look at the chocolate chip oat biscuits, and I think I'll bring in my old friend again just to help open those up. So there's usually 5 in there, and it's the same this time. Some dark oat style biscuits. Again, 1 or 2 have suffered, but overall pretty good. We have a rice pudding. Now usually all our puddings are eaten warm. I would have warmed this one up, but I want to try this one cold. Can't get my words out now, because all these menus are supposed to be eaten hot or cold. But the Brits do like their puddings, including rice pudding, warm generally. So it's a little bit stuck to the bag. We'll pour this out into a bowl here just to help with any sort of spillage. Now, it's not a very large portion, but I think I'll just leave that spoon in there. I do have on hand another spork from the previous ration, so it'll be ideal for the mains. We'll take a look at the tuna Thai green curry. So tuna in a curry, Thai curry style. Very difficult to get out of the packet. Obviously you're supposed to eat these out of the pouches. Once you start taking them out, they do tend to get a little bit more tricky to eat. Let's see if I can get all of that out there. Nice portion there again. And finally, the mains, the lamb and chickpea tagine. Now, as always, this has been boiling in the bag for about 10 minutes. Nice and hot, nice and warm. So let's open that tear strip there. They never seem to go the full distance. Straight away, there's a sort of curry smell coming from there, a little bit of a spicy smell. Nice hearty portion there. We need to open the squidge, still going. There was a lot of contents in these 24-hour packs. Obviously not designed to be eaten purely for 3 separate meals. There would be a lot of snacks, on the go snacks, walking along, top pocket, pop a few of these snacks in your pocket. Not necessarily all designed to be eaten at meal times. So I think we're ready to go. So we'll start with the chocolate. There's a nice chocolatey film on the top there. As always, deep, rich, sweet, a lot of chocolate flavour, excellent quality, really comforting, really tasty, excellent drinking chocolate. I do have a coffee. Most people know what Nescafe is as a coffee, but in this case I'm just going to add it now to the chocolate and make a mocha. So the Nescafe goes in, and I'm going to bring in just a spoon that is just sitting off my table there. I can't even remember which ration that one's from now. Just a very cheap looking plastic spoon, just to mix that in. And we'll have a taste of it now as a mocha. It's a good combination. That Nescafe coffee is rich enough to give the flavour through that chocolate, so can taste it. A very rich, sweet, chocolatey, comforting drink, enjoyable. And let's take a look at this raspberry beverage powder. Again, artificial raspberry flavour as you'd expect, but delicately done, nice and sweet, plenty of sugar, plenty of energy. Pleasant, tasty, enjoyable, nice flavoured drink there. So, where do we start? I think I'm going to start with the main lamb tagine, chickpea. There is large chunks, 2, 3 large chunks of what look like lamb. Let's break one of those up there. Pieces of lamb. Let's have a piece of that. Soft, chewy, processed lamb. It is more like a nugget, like a chicken nugget style lamb. There is a taste of lamb there. It is sweet, tasty, a lot of herbs. The flavour of the lamb is still there, but it is a processed lamb nugget as opposed to a piece of actual lamb meat. Soft, tasty. Have some of these chickpeas. A couple of the chickpeas there. Just al dente, just cooked. There is still texture to those peas. They don't dissolve in your mouth. You still have to actually chew them, bite them, which is nice. The sauce is sweet. There is a sweetness there. There is a hint of chili, a little bit of heat in the background. Some mixed herbs, a very rich, thick gravy. There's four of those nuggets, lamb flavoured nuggets. Very nice, very tasty, surprisingly sweet. There was a lot of sugar in there. A very hearty, comforting, tasty meal. Just quickly look for a cloth there. Oh, I've dropped it on the floor, excuse me. And now we'll have a look at some of this tuna green Thai curry. A little bit difficult to pick up there on my fork, excuse fingers. So there is curry. I can see little bits of possibly chili or red pepper. There is green leaf in there. I think that's a green mint leaf maybe, or bay leaf. We'll try that. There was a large leaf. I think that might be a bay leaf. Again, sweet, delicate flavour of tuna. There is again a heat there in the background. Not overpowering. No one should find this offensive, but there is a nice delicate heat there from some chili, red pepper. Nice, tasty, enjoyable. Dropping it everywhere. I'm going to try a little bit with some of the tagine. So now I think that's going to add a little bit of tuna to the sweetness and a bit more heat. So there's slightly more heat in the tuna dish. Adds to it, certainly takes nothing away from the tagine. Just gives it another extra dimension, another extra flavour, another extra texture. Very nice mixed together, a good combination. Does actually beef up the heat in the tagine. Good quality little tuna side dish there. Refresh my palate using some of the raspberry. Now before we move on to the sweets, I'm going to take a look at some of these barbecue peanuts. So, as the name suggests, they are peanut with a barbecue style coating. Taste of honey, taste of sugar. Not a traditional overpowering flavour of what I would call a barbecue. So if you had a barbecue sauce, it's lacking that barbecue sauce there. But it is a sweet, honey rich, spicy nut. Good quality nuts. Stood the test of time. Again, a good quality, enjoyable snack. Refresh my palate again. So, the rice pudding. Traditionally eaten warm. I'm trying this one cold. I think I would have been better warming it. It does seem to be a little bit gloopy. Basically rice, sugar, cream and milk. This does look a little bit sticky. Unfortunately, being cold, it's not at its best. It's sweet, it's a taste of rice, it's a familiar flavour that people in the UK are used to, a rice pudding, but in its cold state, it's not at its best. It's this rice, nicely cooked, cream, sugar, milk, just not very thick, and gone a little bit gloopy, possibly from age. Still enjoyable, still tasty, but not in its prime, I don't think, that one. Now, the dark chocolate chip cookies, oat biscuits, 5 oat biscuits, a couple of them a little bit battle damaged. Let's try some of those. Taste of oats, dark chocolate, crispy, crunchy, stood the test of time. No indication that this is a 2016 ration. They are fresh, tasty, flavoursome, great dunking biscuit. Goes really well dunked into the chocolate, chocolate on chocolate. Enjoyable, crispy, tasty. We have some squidge, which is hazelnut chocolate, a little bit like Nutella, I believe. We'll just squirt a little bit. Well, gone a little bit liquid there. I'm sure that'll be fine. Just some of the oils coming out on the first squirt. Much higher hazelnut concentration than Nutella. The famous brand Nutella. I think you tend to get more of the chocolate flavour. With this, it's more of the actual hazelnuts. The hazelnut taste is really prominent and the chocolate is more in the background. Nice frosting for the biscuits. Could be added to the rice pudding. Nice, enjoyable chocolate frosting to go with a nice, enjoyable chocolate biscuit. Excuse me there, rather large mouthful. So, quick recap. Chocolate, warm, comforting, sweet, rich. Always been a very favourite in the British O.R.Ps, even back to my own days in the service. Never fails to be comforting, really enjoyable, cold night drink. Ideal on a cold winter frosty night. Add the Nescafe coffee, made a great tasting mocha. The raspberry beverage powder, sweet artificial flavour of raspberry, obviously. There's no natural raspberries in there, but saying that, it's delicately done. It's not overly coloured, not overly powerfully sweet. A nice, refreshing, raspberry flavoured beverage powder, base powder. The peanuts stood the test of time. You can taste the honey, You can taste the spices, not what I'd call a traditional barbecue flavour, not like a barbecue sauce that you'd get on a barbecued meat, but still an enjoyable addition, flavoured peanut and good quality. The lamb and chickpea tagine. These are processed lamb nuggets, and there was 5 of them, shaped to look like a lamb chop, I think, a cut of meat we have here in the UK. But they are processed, they are ground lamb, and formed into these little nuggets. That said, you can still taste the lamb. The tagine is sweet, there's a sweetness there. The chickpeas are only just cooked, so they've still got some texture, and there's a nice mixture of flavourings and herbs. Nice, enjoyable, tasty dish. The Thai curry, got large bay leaves in there, chilli, peppers, fish, a nice enjoyable tuna dish. Did go well mixed with the tagine, added a new dimension, new flavour, and helped also boost the heat of the dish there. Rice pudding, usually one of my favourites. This one seems to have suffered slightly. I think it's coagulated a little bit from age. Also not being warm, it hasn't actually melted. Tasty, still enjoyable, but it's not as its best, not in its prime, but it's still an enjoyable sweet pudding. The biscuits, oat flavours, taste the dark chocolate chips in there, nice crisp crunchy sweet. Add the squidge, which is hazelnut dominant. You can taste the nut over the chocolate, which makes a very nice flavoursome frosting to go on top of the biscuit. There is still a few more items left. This was such a large ration. This video would go on forever if I was to use them all. We have a tutti frutti flavoured drink, some wipes. There is still some teas, coffees, hot diggity dog sauce, matches, and some gum. So there's still plenty of leftovers despite these 3 huge meals. Overall, very heavily packed menu 14 from 2016. A lot of content, a lot of food, and there's nothing in there disappointed through the entire box. Really enjoyable menu of the 24-hour British O.R.P. So I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you and goodbye.